Welcome. My name is Megan Walker. I am a business coach and a digital marketer. And today, you and I are going to be creating a landing page. Specifically, we're going to be creating a webinar registration page. We're going to be doing that with Instapage, and it's just a really popular landing page platform. It is the competitor to Leadpages, and it's the program that we actually recommend to our clients more than any other program out there. And there are quite a few reasons for that. It is, number one, and probably the reason why we recommend it the most, is that it is very easy to use, and I think that you will see that. Everything is drag and drop. You can customize everything as far as colors, fonts, images, and that is really nice because Instapage's competitor, Leadpages, is really, they make it really difficult to add your own branding to a template. So with Instapage, we have hundreds of really beautiful templates that we can choose from as a starting point, but then we can go ahead and delete aspects that we don't want. We can add things that we like. And so it just makes it really easy, especially for people who don't have a lot of design experience and code experience, and maybe creating sales pages and landing pages isn't their realm of expertise. So Instapage, so easy to use. The templates are really beautiful. The pricing is super competitive. It's the same price, if not cheaper, than other landing page platforms out there. And then also the integrations are really great. So any major email marketing platform that you're using, like Aweber, which is, of course, our personal favorite, but MailChimp, Constant Contact, anything like that out there, Instapage is going to integrate with that. So it makes it so easy to create a page where you're asking someone to sign up for something, like our webinar registration page that we're going to be creating today. And then the other thing it integrates with is WordPress. So it's okay if you don't have a WordPress website. Instapage is going to give you a link for the page that you created so that you can market that link. But if you have a WordPress website, Instapage will allow you to customize the URL of your page, right? So my website is modernworldconsulting.com. And so once I create a really nice webinar page, what I can do is I can customize that link to say whatever I want it to say. For example, Modern World Consulting / webinar sign up page, anything like that. So let's just go ahead and jump into it and start creating. I think you're going to be really, really surprised at how easy it is to design really gorgeous pages using Instapage. So it automatically takes me here to this dashboard page. You can see that, I can create pages for anything, and I do. It takes me no time at all to create them. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new page by clicking on the blue Create New Page up here in the top left-hand corner. And I'm going to start by picking out one of their beautiful templates that they have. There's so many, and you can sort of go in and say, okay, well, I'm specifically looking for a webinar page. But really, all of their templates are so easy to arrange and customize that you can use any template you want. So I'm just going to scroll down so you can see some of these. Some have videos, some have countdowns, some have sign-ups and things like that. So if you see something that you like, you can go with it. Remember, if you see something like a countdown on one template and a form on another, but you can't find a template that has both, remember, you can add anything you want to any template. So it's okay if a template that you really like doesn't have a countdown. We can add one, and it's as simple as clicking a button. So I'm just going to randomly pick a template here. We will do this one. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is give my page a name. So my webinar that I'm going to be creating a page for is how to create a professional video, how to record a professional video. So record professional video webinar. Awesome. So I've given it a name. I'm going to click continue. It's thinking. And now we are here, and we can actually start customizing our page and making it look beautiful and matching our brand. So the first thing that I want to do is probably change my logo. So you can see that they have this template logo right here. Any module, any field on here can be changed. So all you have to do is hover over it. So if I wanted to change this logo, I would hover over it, click on it, and this menu is going to pop up. So I have the option to just delete it altogether. I have the option to duplicate it. That really comes in handy, and you'll see that later on as we go in. But for example, if we want them to be able to sign up with this button at the bottom of the page as well, we could just duplicate our button. Okay, so arrange, we'll go over that later. Link, we can make that logo a button, so when they click on the logo, it goes to our website. And I mean, that's pretty much it. Those are the ones that you're going to use right there. So it's the same thing like that for any of these fields. So enjoy a wonderful day. If we wanted to change that text, we could just click on it. If we wanted to change this paragraph, if we wanted to update this link, if we wanted to update this picture, so on and so on. All you have to do is click on something, and this little menu is going to pop up above it. So that's the gist of how that works. The other thing that you'll see is that these templates have sections. So we have a section up here at the top, right? It's kind of our big banner, and it has a background image with a black overlay. If we scroll down, we have another section down here. Then we have a section underneath it that's kind of orange that has a picture behind it. So you can see that the page is comprised of all of these different sections. So if we want to update a section, if we want to update what is in the background, for example, if we don't like this palm tree picture, then all we have to do is hover over this section and this little menu pops up, just like little menus pop up for these things as well. So we have the option to move sections, delete sections, and edit sections. So if we really like this section, but we wanted it to be down at the bottom, all we have to do is click the move button and drag and drop it. It is that easy. I'm just going to drop it. Oh, here we go. I'm just going to drag it and drop it down here. So now it's down here, and it's our second section. Okay, so I just wanted to show you how that works. Clearly, we kind of want our banner to be up at the top, so I'm just going to drag and drop it back up. I do want to show you, though, that everything, like I've said, is drag and drop. So if I wanted this logo to be in the middle, I could do that. If I wanted to make this centered, I could just, so what I did was I double-clicked on this. But what you can also do is click on it once and click Edit, either way. So this is sort of just a menu specifically for this text, right? So I can highlight the text, I can center it, I can make it larger. Maybe I want it to be 61, that's pretty big. If it is too big and it's sort of overlapping on things, all I have to do is make this text box a little longer. So you see the text box has a border around it in green. I'm just going to drag that and make it bigger. And then I'm going to drag this and make this centered, drag the paragraph and make that centered, and even drag my button and make that centered. So you can see everything is drag and drop. So now what I want to go ahead and start doing is making this template my own. I have a webinar that I want to create, so let's go ahead and do that. I am going to change the text first of all, and what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to delete this, and I want to show you one more thing. So if I ever needed to add something that isn't already on the template, so I just deleted that header, but if it wasn't there, if I needed to add another header, I can easily do that. So you'll notice it says Add New up here. This has all of these really cool modules that you can easily add to a page. So if we didn't have this button here and we needed one, we could click Button. We could add a sign-up form, a video, image, so on and so on. We can even add another section, social media buttons, a map that lets people know where our location is. And one that's probably going to be really great for us in this template is a timer, because we're having a webinar next week, and it's really nice to have a timer. It kind of gives people this feeling like they need to sign up quickly. Time is about to run out. So that might be a really cool module for us to add. So for right now, I'm just going to add some text. And I'm going to give my I'm going to give my webinar a name. So record a professional video. Free webinar. Okay, I know that you can barely see that because it's really tiny, but I'm just going to highlight this and click the size. I'm going to do a custom size, maybe 60. Looks really big. And stretch out this text box a little bit. I'm just double clicking and I'm going to make this centered, maybe change the color, something brighter. Okay, there we go. So it's not quite centered. It's kind of in a weird place. I'm just going to move it to the middle. Record a professional video. Free webinar. And I could add a little text there if I wanted to tell them exactly what we're going to be going over. But for time period, we're just going to maybe click Add New Paragraph. We need to tell them the day and time, so I'm just going to make up the day and time here. Thursday, October 17th. I have no idea if that's actually a Thursday or not, but let's say at 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay, again, I apologize. I know you guys probably cannot see that at all. I'm just going to bold it, maybe do 30, center, and let's make that little teal color too. So there we go. We're going to update this because we're not asking them to book an appointment. We're asking them to sign up. So we're going to update this button in a second. But I also want to change the logo because that's not my logo. I just double clicked, and now we're going to start dealing with images here. I have a whole bunch of images that I'd added to my Insta page before, so I can just scroll through and pick some old ones, or I can click the blue upload button and pick a pick an image from my computer. Find it, click open, and then it's going to add it right here. So I'm just going to pick picture. Oh, no, sorry, we're doing the logo. Here's my logo, and I'm just going to click done, but I think it's kind of small, so all you have to do is drag and drop that to make it bigger, right? I just click on it, make it a little bigger. It's so easy. So easy. Okay, so I really don't like the dark black overlay on the image in the background. I personally like really light, clean, airy, white pictures. So I'm going to go ahead and edit my section, and if you remember, I do that by coming to this little menu up here. So I'm going to click the button, and I have all of these really cool options. So here's that image you can see, and here's that black overlay. So I'm going to change my image, and I'm going to pick this one. I'm just clicking insert, and as you can see it's still really dark. So I'm going to change that overlay color up here in the top right-hand corner, and I'm actually going to make it white. And so as you can see, that's really white. So I'm going to tone that down just a little bit. There we go. Okay, perfect. So as you can see, what I've done is I'm just changing the overlay capacity. I can make this all white, or I can sort of make that fade down to where it still kind of pops. The other thing, let me click done. The other thing I can do is I can change the position of this image. So I'm going to click on edit this section again. There's that position. If I do center, it kind of moves the picture around, right? So I might have the picture in the top right-hand corner and click done. But then it just doesn't really look that great, right? To me, it doesn't look that great. So I'm going to click the edit button again. I'm just going to put it back where it was. And that looks good to me. So let's see. Everything needs to be moved over just a little. So like I said, we can add, this is a webinar, so I can add a countdown if I want to. All I have to do is click Add New up here at the top and add that little timer module. And there it is, right? I'm just going to drag it where I want it to be. If you can see, I'm kind of running out of space here on my banner. I just have like a bunch of things crowded together. That doesn't look great. So I want my section up here to be bigger. Like I said, Instapage is amazing, and you can just drag and drop everything. So if I want this section to be bigger, I just drag it and make it bigger. So as you can see, I'm coming down to the bottom of this section. I'm just clicking and dragging it. I'm like, yeah, I need more space here. So because of this image, they don't have a lot more white space, but I'm going to make this a little smaller. Maybe make it. Okay, done. Move that up. Make this a little smaller. So everything, drag and drop, really easy. Maybe make this go out more. And then here's my countdown. And of course, I need to tell the countdown when it is. So I'm going to click Edit. So I've clicked on the countdown. I'm going to click Edit. And okay, so I'm saying it's on Thursday, the 17th, which isn't a real place, but I mean a real time. But let's just say that, and we are going to say 8 p.m., our time zone, et cetera, et cetera. And of course, you can change the colors here. So this could be, I don't know, if we didn't want it to be that, we could make it like that. Okay, so click Done. There we are. That looks really cool. I'm going to actually make this a little smaller again. So here we have this button. I would say the button might be the hardest thing to design, and don't let that scare you. It's just because there's so many different things you can do with it. So I'm clicking on this. I don't want it to say book an appointment. I want it to say save me a spot. I'm going to click Edit. And again, this menu pops up here. And here's where it says book an appointment. I'm going to change that to say save me a spot. Okay? And then I have some design options. I'm going to click glossy. I don't know if you saw what it did there, but if you just look at the button, flat is just like one color. Glossy is it's kind of gradient. It gives it more depth. I like to do glossy. It's up to you. The hover color, I'm going to change that. Okay, what else? I can change the button font. I can change the size, everything. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is for right now and click Done. So now it says save me a spot. Great, and we like the way it looks, we like what it says, but now we have to decide what we want to do with this button. We want people to click on this and be able to sign up for our webinar. So we want to be able to collect their email, and we want it to go to our email provider that we use to send emails out. So when I click on the button, here's my menu, and you see this option for a link. It says click event. So I'm going to click that link, and I have all of these different options. So I can do file download if this is like click here to download your free ebook. They could click file download, and you could add your ebook to that file. You could do outside URLs, like click here to read more, and then tell them where you want it to go. We want them to fill out a form. We want them to give us their email because they're signing up for our webinar. So I'm going to click pop-up, and this is the template for the template. So the template for the pop-up for this template, it's not that gorgeous, right? So we're going to change this to make it sort of look like our brand. Everything drag and drop. So I'm just going to click on this image, even the image. I don't like that, right? So I'm just going to click on it and click delete. And same thing with this image. I'm going to delete that one. And my form. I don't need all of these things. I just need an email, honestly. You can do name and email, but conversion rates show that you're going to get more conversions if you have just email. So I'm going to leave that up to you, but I'm just going to click on name, or I'm going to click on the form and click edit. And all I have to do now is hover over name and say delete that, delete this day of the week, delete area, all of this stuff. Even delete this, have this here, and let's just say sign up to learn the tips and equipment you need to record professional, high-quality videos with awesome lighting. Okay, there we go, right? So again, we don't want this to say book an appointment. We want it to say save me a spot. So all I have to do is click on that button and then click edit. And I have all of these options now. This is where I said it could this gets a little harder to customize than anything else because there's so many different things you have to do. Let's start with the button style. We don't want it to say book an appointment. We want it to say save me a spot, right? Okay, again, glossy, and I can change this stuff. Maybe the button color is going to be this. Text color is going to be white. I mean, it's so easy to change that stuff. Okay, that looks good. So I'm going to click done. I'm really not liking the orange, right? So I'm going to click the form and click edit. And the background color, I don't know, purple? That's very purple. Done. Maybe I want the text that I wrote now to be white. Again, all I do is click on the text and click edit, right? I'm going to highlight this text and say, let's make it white. Okay. There we go. So I think that looks really nice. But remember, there were a few other options we needed to fill out with our button right here on the pop-up. So I'm going to click Save Me a Spot, Edit. So remember these options. These are important. So our button style, our form style, that is something that you can play around with if you want. Redirect. This is what we want people to see after they have created this pop-up form. And, okay, so somebody signs up. Where do they go? Well, we want them to go to a thank you page, and you can create a thank you page with Instapage, or you can just have them get a thank you message that says thank you. So for these purposes, just to make things easy, we're going to click and say thank you, and maybe check your inbox for important webinar information. I mean, anything that you want to say. And maybe you don't want it to be all caps because that looks like we're screaming at them. But I'm going to click. Oh, I'm going to actually click this back button right here. The most important one is the integration. We need to tell Instapage where we want this email to go when somebody signs up. We use Aweber at Modern World Consulting. It is the best. I mean, there's really no comparison. I know everybody has their favorites, but we really recommend that you are using Aweber. If you don't, if you're using MailChimp or Constant Contact, GetResponse, anything like that, that's fine. You can integrate with almost anything, right? Infusionsoft, anything. So here's Aweber. That's what I use. So I'm going to send these emails to Aweber. My account has already been integrated. Once you sign up, you will want to integrate your Aweber account. Instapage will walk you through how to do that. It's really easy. So it's just a couple clicks. I've already done it, so there's my account. I click continue. And I just choose what list I want them to go to. So I have a list for like everything, but if I was hosting this webinar, I would create a list in my Aweber for it. Let's just do this webinar list right here. So I'm telling Instapage when people sign up with their email, send their information to this webinar list where I have an autoresponder set up. So right when they enter their email, they're going to get this autoresponder from me with the link on how to you know, join us for the webinar on Thursday. So I'm going to click continue. I've chosen my list. Yes, I want email to go to email. Okay, close. All right. Let's go back, make sure there's nothing else. Yeah, so we're done. That's it. That's all you have to do. Let's click done. Done. Okay. So let's scroll down. I usually just like to use the template the way it is because they do such a great job with their templates. You know, so if you wanted to add a new section and add your own boxes and things like that, you can do that. They've added these 3 boxes by clicking Add New and Shape. But I'm actually going to use what they have because their templates are really great. So I'm going to be talking about 3 different things in my webinar, right? I'm going to be talking about cameras to use. And then I'm going to be talking about lighting and how to get the perfect lighting. And then I'm going to talk about audio, how to get crystal clear audio in your videos, okay? So the other thing I can do is I can change the color of that, which I want to do. Just double clicking on some of this stuff. Pink, done. Okay, that looks good, and then maybe I can add my descriptions on what we're going to be talking about with cameras, lighting, and audio. But just for time's sake, I'm going to just format it and not actually add any information. So bold, lab. So you can see how easy it is to design everything, even the images. So I'm going to add a picture of a camera here. I just double-clicked on the image. I'm going to click Change, and I'm going to add a picture of a camera. Here's one, Insert. Now you can see my camera's off to the right. It's not really in the center. That's where this position area really comes into play. I'm going to click Center, and there it is. So now let me add a picture of my lighting. Change, Insert. Done. And a picture of my audio. Insert. Done. All right, so now I have done that. I can change the background color, so if I don't like that color, I can change it, but I actually kind of like it. So I'm going to scroll down. I definitely don't like the image in this next section, and I don't like the overlay color. So I'm going to click the Edit button. I'm just going to, well, I don't know, maybe I'm just going to change the image to the camera. So there it is. I'm definitely going to change this overlay color to be something not that. Okay. Perfect. So I'm going to click Done. And everything is drag and drop. If I wanted this section to be a little longer, I'm just going to drag it, maybe drag this down a little, drag this down. Our services, maybe make that all caps. Click on that text box and make it so that it's all on one line. Double click to change the color of it. And maybe I want this to be that teal color we've been using. Okay, so there we are. And then, you know, of course, you could use the template to just add some bullet points on things that you're going to be talking about. If you have 6 bullet points and not 4, it's okay. You're just going to duplicate some of this stuff, right? So we have another thing to talk about, bullet points. So I'm just going to click on the checkbox and then click that duplicate button, right? Put it over here. Oh, move it here. Okay, over there. And then duplicate this text and move it down there. Perfect. So now we have, this needs to go up a little bit. Now we have 5 bullet points, and if we needed to add 6, we could, and it's really that easy. Perfect. So scroll down. Let's just say we don't even need this section. We're just going to hover over it and click Delete. Yeah, maybe we don't need that one either. Or that one. Or that one. Maybe we do want to have a testimonial, so that's great. They've done that here. Let's see. Megan totally changed my video game and brought my business to a whole other level. Okay, that's me just tooting my horn there for a second. Okay, and we could write somebody's name, fake testimonial name. Okay, and of course we could add the image of the person who gave us the testimonial. All we do is double click on that and change the image and upload the image of the person who said that. So pretty easy. Let's delete this section. And let's add a new section. Add new up here section. Where do we want to add it? I'm going to say right here. I want to add a section so that we can give them another way to sign up at the bottom. So I'm going to duplicate this sign up form, duplicate, so we don't have to do that all over again, right? And I'm just going to click on it and drag it down to this little section I created. And then, of course, you can do your copyright down here. Copyright Modern World Consulting 2016. Done. Okay. So we've created our page, our webinar sign-up form. You could do this for a sales page. You could do this for a webinar, of course. You can do it for an opt-in, a free gift opt-in where you're giving somebody a free gift or an ebook or something like that. I mean, Instapage lets you do thank you pages too. I mean, any page that you need to design and make look really professional, Instapage has got it. And I have to tell you, we create a bunch of online digital courses for our clients. It's one of our more popular services, and half of them are using Instapage to create their whole course. I mean, they create their sales page, and then they create their module pages with it, because it's just so easy. And they're beautiful pages. So we definitely recommend taking a look and trying it out. So we've created our page, right? And the next thing, which is probably one of my favorite things about Instapage, is the mobile version. So this looks great on the desktop, but people are searching for things and clicking on things on their mobile. And if this doesn't look good on mobile, then we're just not going to get people signing up. So once we're done designing our page, I like to click on mobile up here, right? So I'm going to click mobile. And now all of a sudden we see what it looks like on mobile. If you see these little dotted lines in blue over here on the left and right, that is the mobile. So you just don't even look over here. Don't look over here. So there's like this huge space between. So just like before, we're going to drag and drop everything. So that looks okay. But our section now is really long. So we need to make this section go up a lot, right? So here's what they see. And then it automatically has made some of this look really nice. We have our 3 modules about what we're going to be talking about. We have our next page, right, where it's got, and this is a little cramped, right? So we can just drag and drop this as well. Maybe make this go up. There we go. So that looks more even. And you can see that this, this bullet point that we added doesn't format and look like the other ones on the mobile version. So let's go ahead and do that. Just double click. All the other ones are centered and their text boxes aren't that long, right? So there we go. They're even shorter than that. So now it looks all uniform. Perfect. Oh, move it over just a little more. Okay. Scroll down. That looks great. And the Save New Spot, that looks good too. We'll just make this a little smaller. And now it looks great on mobile too. Leadpages does not do this. I don't know why they don't have the mobile version yet, but this is one of my favorite aspects about Instapage, is that you can design everything, including the mobile. So really, really great. The final thing that I wanted to talk to you about is publishing your page. If you have a WordPress website, like I mentioned before, you can publish this on your WordPress website and create your own custom URL. So I can create a URL that says modernworldconsulting.com/recordaprofessionalvideo, which is great. So I don't have to have the ugly instapage.com link. It's okay if you don't have a WordPress website. You can use the Instapage link to market. A lot of people do. You can send it out to your email list, all of that stuff. But if you have a WordPress website, why not make the link customizable? So I want to save my changes up here at the top. Great. Now I want to go ahead and publish this to my WordPress website. So I'm going to click Publish, continue anyways. This is irrelevant. So you have a few options. What I want to do is publish it to my WordPress website. And I'm going to click WordPress. If you have not installed Instapage on the back end of your WordPress website yet, this is where you'll want to do it. If you know how to install a plugin on your website, then great, go ahead and do it. You'll do it right here. You'll click Install Plugin Now. You'll download that plugin to the back end of your website, and then we can publish it to our website. I'm about to show you how to do that. If you don't know how to add a plugin to your website and you have Instapage, reach out to us and we will help you get that on the back end of your website so quick and so cheap. We really love what we do. We're so easy to talk to. We're easy to get a hold of too. So just email us. It's info@modernworldconsulting.com. You can also email me directly at Megan, M-E-G-A-N, @modernworldconsulting.com, and I will help you get your Instapage plugin on your website in no time. So it's okay if you don't know how to install the plugin. But for those of you who do know how, because it is easy, go ahead and install the plugin. Okay, that's enough plugin talk. I am going to mine's already connected to my WordPress website, so now I'm going to click Send to WordPress. Great. It's done that. I'm going to click Close. Now I'm going to go to the back end of my website. And here we go. So once you have added Instapage, the plugin, to your website, you'll see this Instapage menu option over here on the left. So all you have to do is hover over that and click Add New. We're just going to add the new page. And here's my Record Professional Video Webinar page right there. So I can pick any of these that I've done before, but here's the video. So now I get to customize that URL that I was talking about. So Record Professional Video Webinar. Maybe that's what I want it to be. And then I just click the Publish page, and I am done. So the last thing I want to do is I want to actually show you what the page looks like outside of Instapage. So I'm ready to go ahead and start marketing my webinar. And this is the link, Modern World Consulting / Record Professional Video Webinar. And there it is. So it looks really nice. And I'm going to scroll down, and it talks about the 3 modules we'll be talking about, and bullet points and testimonials, and again, a Save Me a Spot. Sorry, that is my pug in the background. We have 2 pugs that are our mascot in the office. So that's our page. It looks great, and I'm going to click Save Me a Spot, and you can see I have this beautiful sign up that pops up. So people will just enter their name. Enter their email. That will go to Aweber because we've set it up that way. In Aweber, I have an email ready to go out that says, "Thank you for signing up for my webinar, and here's the link to the webinar on Thursday." For those of you who are getting Instapage so that you can create webinars, you definitely connect with us. We help people set up webinars all the time. And the big secret, which I don't know why it's a secret, is that there are some great professional, easy webinar programs to use that are free. So before you pay a ton of money for Webinar Jam or something like that, not that those aren't great, just keep in mind that there are some really great free ways to host a webinar. And if you're interested in learning about that, just contact us, and we can help you get set up with that. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to use Instapage to create really fast, fun, professional, easy landing pages, and hopefully it's really going to transform your business.